Good evening. The Sparta Board of Education meeting is called to order at 5 p.m. Emily, can you please read us the meeting notice announcement?
The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice to and to attend meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Sparta Board of Education has caused notice of the time and place of this meeting to be published in the New Jersey Herald, the Star Ledger, Tappan to Sparta, and notice of the meeting has been posted on the Sparta Township School District website.
Thank you. Please join us for the pledge. Okay, may we have a roll call, please?
Present.
Present.
Here.
Present.
Here.
Here.
Present. Thank you. At this point, we will be convening into closed session, whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, provides for the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas the Sparta Township Board of Education is of the opinion that such circumstances exist to discuss legal matters and conduct RCSA or superintendent evaluation, which are exempt from public participation pursuant to New Jersey Public Law 1975, Chapter 231, Open Public Meetings Act. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Sparta Township Board of Education shall enter executive session, bear with me, on Wednesday, June 17th at 5:02 p.m. The board will reconvene in public session at the conclusion of the executive session. We anticipate about 2 hours so that we can start on time for 7 o'clock. Our regular meeting will begin. The information discussed during executive session will be disclosed to the public as soon as it is determined by the board that the information is no longer confidential. May I have a motion to convene? Thank you, Emily. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Dominic. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Discussion? Okay, we'll see you shortly. Thank you. Hello again. Resolved that the Sparta Board of Education closes executive session and enters back into the public portion of the meeting at 7 PM. May we have a roll call, please?
Dr. Hinkle? Mr. Lakaruba?
Present.
Mr. Lowry?
Here.
Dr. Martinez?
Here.
Ms. Knoll?
Here.
Ms. Williams?
Present.
Mr. Wood?
Here.
Ms. Serafino?
Here.
And Ms. Gagnon?
Present.
Quorum confirmed.
Thank you. I don't believe we have anything for district recognition this evening, so we'll be moving straight into our presentations. We have a Milton Preschool update with our superintendent, Dr. Beck.
Good evening. Tonight, I am going to provide an update to last month's presentation. Some of tonight's content will include things that the public is already aware of, that they received in a newsletter and in a letter to the preschool parents, and some of the stuff will be brand new. So first, just to recap what direction we are headed for a 26-27 school year as far as preschool goes. As I stated last month, that we are going to continue to partner with community providers. Those community providers are Goddard School, Oak Tree, and Little Genius Planet. We already have a relationship with Goddard School and Little Genius Planet. We are going to expand our partnership with Goddard School by adding one additional classroom, taking us to 3 classrooms with Goddard School. And we are adding a new partnership with Oak Tree Preschool, and that is going to be 2 classrooms. As I stated last month, there will be 14 classrooms that we will be using at Milton School at this time, 13 classrooms, and 1 room will be used for related services such as OT, PT, and speech. And as I stated last month, and as was stated in our updates to the community, the newsletter, and the letter, all in-district classrooms are moving from Alpine Elementary and Helen Morgan School to Milton School. So here are some more details for the Milton School plan for next school year. First, enrollment. I'm happy to announce, because we weren't sure last month when I presented how the wait list was going to clear, and I'm happy to announce tonight that the wait list has been cleared. All families that were previously on the wait list have been notified and invited to register for free universal preschool for the 26-27 school year. As I stated before, Milton School will have 13 classrooms, 12 general education, and 1 self-contained for a total of 188 students. And the outside providers, 6 classrooms, 15 students per classroom, takes us to 90 students on the outside providers, taking us to 278 total preschool students for next school year. As I mentioned last month, the New Jersey Department of Education gives us an equation of what they call our preschool universe, of what we ultimately want to hit for a number. And that calculation that they give us at the time, they took 2 times the first grade class that year. The first grade class that year was exactly 200 students. So they took 2 times that to get to 400, and then you take 90% of that to get to 360 students. That is the New Jersey Department of Education's calculation of the amount of students that we should serve ultimately as time progresses here in Sparta. With all of our registrants and with our wait list cleared, we are at 278. So there's not much more we can do right now to reach the preschool universe. We have now are serving all interested families for next year. Funding, as I mentioned last week, this is just to reiterate that all expenses will continue to be covered by PEA funding, which is a grant from the New Jersey Department of Education. Staffing. Last month, I talked about what staffing we would need to fulfill the staff at Milton School. And tonight, on tonight's agenda, we are filling those positions. So, first, that building, as I mentioned last month, needs its own building principal. And after an application and interview process, it is recommended this evening to appoint Ms. Laura Casa as the Milton School principal. Classroom staff, we are taking all of our in-district classroom staff and moving them over to Milton School. That still leaves us with the need to hire additional teachers to fill all of those classrooms, and those teachers are on the agenda this evening. Front office secretary, we are transferring, she has graciously agreed to transfer Ms. Nicole Petrock, going from Helen Morgan School over to Milton School. One of our Alpine Elementary nurses, Ms. Kelly Skarupa, is going to go over to Milton School. We are taking one of our current custodians and moving him over to Milton School, and he will be the head custodian, Mr. Robert Covert. And we will have to add one part-time custodian for the evening still. And we're dedicating one full security guard. We couldn't transfer one, and we needed an additional. So we hired a security guard for tonight's agenda. Mr. Michael Jack will be a security guard at Milton School. So staffing, we still have to fill some aide positions, but staffing is just about complete for Milton School for next year already. Transportation update. The busing hubs are being finalized. All bus routes come out to parents sometime in August in Genesis. It is our goal to release those busing hubs for preschool as soon as possible. So sometime in July is the goal to release where those busing hubs are going to be located. Bus aids, as I mentioned last month, are going to be provided. This is a service that is not currently provided for our preschool students on any of our buses, but next year the preschool buses will be dedicated to preschool only, and we will have aids on those buses. And of course, parents can choose to transport their own children if they desire to Milton School. Facilities. We have been meeting regularly with Jefferson District staff, and we have also been meeting regularly as our own internal staff, but the Jefferson District staff will have the building move-in ready for July 1st, which is right around the corner. All furniture will be moved from the current in-district preschool classrooms to Milton School, and we had to order additional classroom furniture to make up for the additional classrooms that go above and beyond what we have currently in our district. There is an age-appropriate playground that currently exists over on that campus, and it is in good shape. I know last month it was brought up that there's no playground over there. There is, in fact, a playground over there that is in great condition. We need to put down an additional layer of playground mulch and just clean it up a little bit, and we'll have our insurance provider go over there and certify that playground equipment as well. All classrooms will have air conditioning, and we have been working on technology and communications within the facility. All of these are currently in process, ordering phone system, security cameras, radios, and internet access. They are all in the process of being allocated to Milton School. And just miscellaneous additional information. We plan, of course, as we do in all our schools, to have an open house. We want to do that as soon as possible, and that date will be determined. We just met as a team actually yesterday in our weekly meeting, and we talked about an open house, and we're trying to find the balance of getting the open house for the parents and the students as soon as possible, but at the same time, we want the building to be ready and presentable and the classrooms to be ready so that the parents and students can see exactly the school that they will be going to. So we're trying to find that balance, but our goal, as is the goal of our families, I'm sure, is to have that open house as soon as possible. Lunches, we are finalizing as well. Ms. Decker had met with Mascios this week. Students can bring their own lunch or purchase lunch provided by Mascios. The Mascios lunch will be provided from one of our buildings. We're thinking the high school building, and it will be transported over to Milton School in heating trays, and students can purchase Mascios lunches as well. Before care and after care, we know that that is a concern because of the hours of the school building. We talked to our community providers, and the community providers have openings. Goddard School has a lot of open seats. Oak Tree, not so much. Kitty Academy, who is not one of our partners as far as preschool goes, they also have openings for before care and after care. And it's important to note that there will be bus stops at all of these facilities so that parents can drop off in the morning, and the students will be picked up by our buses at those facilities and taken to Milton School, and then vice versa at the end of the day for aftercare, if need be. And those are the school hours. We floated last month some proposed school hours. We are now locking into the 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Still subject to change slightly, but we don't think that that's going to change very much, and those would be the school hours. The next steps, as I mentioned before, we met yesterday as an admin team. We have been meeting weekly as an admin team. From the time that we knew for sure that we were going to get into Milton School, that the contract was approved here by the Board of Education, and then the contract was recently approved by the Jefferson Board of Education, executed as well. We have been meeting as a team each week, going over our to-do list, what needs to be done. That team includes myself, the principal, Laura Casa, has now been brought into that mix, our business administrator, the preschool coordinator, Ms. Madsen, transportation, buildings and grounds, IT, and whoever else we need to bring in to execute all of our to-do lists and all the tasks that need to be completed to, in essence, open a new school building. We are going to continue communication to preschool families as it becomes available. When we have updates of note, we will continue to send those updates to preschool families. We have already sent out the newsletter. We already sent out a letter to parents and pulled parents off of the wait list as well. So we're going to continue to communicate with the preschool families. We're going to continue to prepare the facility. As I stated before, we're working right now on the technology aspects and some beautification on the outside, and regular routine summer maintenance as well has to be done in that building, as it does in all of our buildings. We're going to finalize transportation. As I stated, we are working on an open house, and something a little more on the fun side, we need to form a PTO for that building. So the building principal will be reaching out to the parents, and hopefully we get a PTO in that building and get some really active and involved parents as well. So that is all the information that we have. So now you have all the information that we have. If you have specific questions that pertain to your child, these are the contacts to reach out to. We have our preschool community parent involvement specialist / preschool instructional coach, Carrie Ann Morris, Ms. Casa, her email address is up there, and Ms. Madsen, also her email is up there as the preschool coordinator. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone have questions from the board? No? Okay. And I just want to note, we'll make sure that the correspondence and the updates from this evening are all reflected in the board newsletter for June. And with that, we'll move on to our student representatives report. Welcome back, guys.
Okay, so to start off this meeting, we would like to say that prom on May 28th was a huge success, and we had a lot of positive student feedback.
In sports news, we would like to congratulate the girls lacrosse team on winning the HWS championship and for making it to the sectional finals. Additionally, we would like to congratulate the boys lacrosse team on winning the HWS championship, the sectional championship, and for winning the Group 2 state championship for the first time in program history. Maura Sweeney and Eddie Brown were the HWS finals MVPs, so congratulations to them as well. We would also like to congratulate some of our senior athletes, starting with Lashem Little and Maura Sweeney for being named the Athletes of the Year. Additionally, we would like to congratulate Anthony Settembre on winning the Bill O'Reilly Award.
Finally, on behalf of Hayden, Abby, and myself, we would like to thank all of you who sit on this board. Your relentless dedication to the Sparta school system and to this community is deeply felt, and it's much appreciated. And we thank you for welcoming us, student reps, with open arms.
To the members of the admin, specifically Dr. Beck and Dr. Rossi, we thank you for always listening to us in our meetings and taking a genuine interest in what is happening in the school system and in our personal lives as well. Your care for each and every student in the school system is admirable, and we thank you for your dedication to the students.
And that concludes this report.
It's been a pleasure to have you guys on board, so thank you so much. If that, may I have a motion to approve the minutes? Thank you, Emily. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Rebecca. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, moving on to our superintendent's report.
Thank you. I usually include retirements as one of my first items, but there are no retirements on tonight's agenda. I just received this news about 2 hours ago and wanted to share it in my last superintendent report of the school year. Stephanie Bernardo, Library Media Specialist at Helen Morgan School, has been selected to the National Elementary Advisory Board for Penguin Random House Publishing Group. There are 20 teachers from around the country who meet quarterly to discuss trends, interests, problems, and solutions with reading and library collections. The PRH marketing team joins the advisory board, and they work together to create future content for around the country. PRH will also be sending free materials to our libraries, thereby benefiting all of our students. So congratulations to Ms. Bernardo, and thank you for representing our district and for making us proud. Administrative appointments. On this evening's agenda, you will see recommendations for multiple administrative appointments. The director appointments of Mr. Rivers, Ms. Shefferman, and Dr. Wilson come as a result of administrative restructuring that was driven by budgetary needs as well as operational optimization. The addition of the Milton School required us to appoint Principal Ms. Casa to the building, and the Director of Student Support Services, Mr. Lehman, comes as a result of Ms. Barker moving into the Sparta High School principal role. These appointments are all components of a larger administrative structure that we are confident will be in the best interest of our students and school community. Congratulations to all of our administrative appointments on this evening's agenda. Even though I mentioned it last month as part of the resolution of appreciation that was passed, I would once again like to acknowledge our student representatives who are serving in their last board meeting this evening. Jason Caswell, Hayden Kopko, and Abigail Weisbeck have admirably served in this role while representing their peers. They've been a pleasure to work with throughout the school year, and we wish them nothing but the best as they begin their next chapters at their distinguished institutions. And lastly, as we hold our middle school promotion ceremony tomorrow evening and our high school graduation Friday morning and close out yet another successful school year, I would like to thank the Board of Education, administrative team, the entire Sparta School District staff, and our school community for their support throughout the school year. While this school year did not come without challenges, we remained cohesive and persevered as a school community. I wish the entire community a very safe and happy summer and look forward to working alongside all of you in the 26-27 school year. And I'll turn it over to Dr. Rossi.
Great. Good evening. At our most recent board retreat, we discussed the importance and value of sharing performance data with the community on a more regular basis. We determined that twice a year, we will formally present on district achievement data, once in the beginning of the school year, as we have all of our end-of-year data collected, analyzed, and prepared, and once in the winter for a mid-year check-in. Outside of those formal presentations, we're committed to sharing additional achievement data when opportunities arise and meaningful information is available. So tonight, I would like to share some exciting news worthy of celebration. Approximately 3 years ago, the Board of Education approved the New Jersey Tiered Systems of Support Early Reading Grant. This was a competitive grant that the district applied for to support foundational reading skills in grades K through 3. This grant provided training, collaboration, and support as we analyzed our district reading practices. This school year marked the final year of that collaboration between Rutgers and the state of New Jersey. Recently, we were notified that Sparta was selected out of approximately 15 districts within the cohort to receive a spotlight for measurable growth made in that time. We were highlighted for significant gains in reading accuracy, reading fluency, and overall reading performance. We were recognized for our classroom approaches and intervention services. Ms. Parisi, the K-5 ELA supervisor who oversaw this intensive grant process, was asked to co-present with one of the leaders of the grant to help share our practices and experience with other districts across the state. So what does this actually mean for us? It means we have more students reading on grade level. It means that reluctant readers are becoming more confident. It means that spelling is improving as we see students willing to take greater risks using more complex words in their writing. It means that during parent-teacher conferences, we're able to provide more specific information on children's literacy strengths and areas of need. It means that we hear teachers saying things like, "Wow, I can't believe how well they came into the school year reading." It means that there are less referrals for special education services. And ultimately, it means that as committed teams of professionals, we're making a difference in supporting literacy development in Sparta. So as the year comes to an end, I want to thank all of the dedicated professionals who work tirelessly to meet the needs of students, but I want to give special thanks to those who helped implement this massive grant and attain these incredible outcomes. So thank you to all, but most importantly, thank you to Marie Parisi, Shannon Sullivan, Amy Dolan, Donna Collinson, Mary Stianson, Sherry Shefferman, Katie Madsen, Natalie Convery, and Pete Miller. We appreciate all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Rossi. And with that, we'll be moving on to our board president's report. So we've had a very quick turnaround since our May meeting. There's not very much to report, but a few things I would like to highlight. After holding our last board training session on Saturday, June 6th, the Sparta Board of Education officially became NJSBA certified. I'm proud of my colleagues for committing to this achievement. I think we have a very strong foundation for our 2026 and 27 board goals, including our district's development of a new strategic plan. We'll have more to report out on that in the coming months, but the goal is to bolster communal engagement and input throughout the strategic planning process, which will help us set our district goals, visions, and objectives over a 5-year span. I also look forward to our fall Sussex County School Boards Association meeting, where our district will be recognized for achieving board certification. So again, to my fellow board members, thank you for your commitment to that process. The board completed our superintendent evaluation this evening during executive session. We'll have our summary report compiled and delivered this week in advance of the deadline of July 1st. We're right on track there. And I, too, would like to congratulate Principal Cass and the various directors who are being appointed pending board approval this evening. Each of you has proven to become a tremendous asset to our district, and we have no doubt you will be affecting meaningful change in your new roles. So thank you. And with that, we will move on to the HIB report. May I have a motion to approve the HIB report? Motion. Thank you, Rocky. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Dominic. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Excellent. And communications, Emily, did you have anything for communications you'd like to report out?
I can just say that I'm happy that everyone received the preschool newsletter. I hope we answered a lot of the community's questions, especially a lot of those that were brought up at the last board meeting. And we will continue to publish these special newsletters as more information becomes available when it comes to Milton or anything else important in the district, but specifically a preschool newsletter like throughout the summer.
Thank you. Anyone for delegate and liaison reports?
Yeah, just one thing. So, I forgot to mention to all of you, but we've volunteered to stay on the Sussex County Ed Services Commission for another year. So I'll be going there, and then at some point, Dominic and I may have to switch because of personal reasons. But they continue the good work. They're still negotiating the lease for the building, which is going to actually help us, because if we need overflow and services, we can use that at a much better price than some private services. And also, I will get this to Emily. They were pushing a day for parents of special needs, where they get free babysitting and they get the whole day out, and they have professional staff taking care of those students. And it happens twice, one at Christmas and one during the summer, so that parents who have special needs can have a chance to actually have a day to themselves, because I can imagine doing that year in, year out. It could be hard. So I will get that to Emily, and hopefully it hasn't passed, but I will get that out there.
Excellent. Thank you. Anyone else?
I do. I have one, Sparta Education Foundation. I attended their annual review last night, where they present their annual report. They did have 4 grants that they gave to the Sparta Public Schools. So they highlighted those, and their next event is coming up, the Cornament, on August 29th.
Excellent. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. Moving on to public comment number 1. Public comments are invited on matters pertaining only to action items at this time. Please state the action item number as well as your name, municipality, and group affiliation if appropriate for the record. Each participant will receive 3 minutes to speak. Once you have had your allotted 3 minutes to speak, you will you will not be permitted to speak again until public comment number 2. All statements should be directed to me as the presiding officer. The board or administration may or may not respond to any questions or comments after the conclusion of the public participation.
Hi, Jenny Derricks, Tap into Sparta. My question is about 15.5, and maybe this is something I should talk to you about offline. If you could clarify the director positions. I see 3 new director positions, And what impact does that have to the supervisors? Some of them are being moved into these roles, but others, what is the impact overall to those staff members? Do they move into classrooms and so on? Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else for public comment? Seeing no one, motion to close. Thank you, Rebecca, second. Thank you, Andrew, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed, any abstentions?
Yeah, I can speak high level. I can't give too much information, especially for those that were negatively affected, but the supervisor positions no longer exist. And what we did was created these district level director positions. Again, as I said in my superintendent report, due to budgetary reasons, but also operational optimization. Some of the supervisors moved into director positions. One moved into a principal position. One moved back into the classroom. That's pretty much all I can share.
And with that, we will move on to personnel and policy. May I have a motion to move agenda items 15.1 through 15.36?
Motion.
Thank you, Dominic, second.
Second.
Thank you, Emily. Discussion.
Okay, so the personnel report, I have 3 things I'd like to highlight on the agenda. I will also like to congratulate, in general, we have a lot of appointments tonight. So for people that are joining our district for the next school year, moving into another position, and especially congratulations to Ms. Casa becoming principal of Milton School, Mr. Lehman, who's the director of student support services, and Mr. Rivers, Ms. Shefferman, and Ms. Wilson, who are taking on these new director roles. Congratulations. The second thing I want to bring attention to is there's a resolution tonight to allow Dr. Beck to approve personnel or to hire between meetings. This is something that we just do every year because there is so much time between board meetings. Dr. Beck needs to be able to onboard and properly hire people to really have a smooth start to the year. So that's not anything new, but I know it just looks a little different on our agenda. And the last are the policies and regulations. There are 3 policies and regulations on the agenda for first reading. The first is academic integrity. The changes that were made to this policy were just to better match the template that was given to us by Strauss Esme. It just expands the definition of academic dishonesty and including using AI, sharing or selling information or tests to be also academic dishonesty. The second is a policy about payroll deductions. We are adopting this policy. It wasn't on our books. We're adding it now. Doesn't change our practices at all. It's just something we are putting officially in our policy manual. And a regulation on student discipline. Again, this is just making minor changes to better match the Strauss template by saying that we have a chart of discipline in our handbooks, which we do. We're just putting it in the policy that our handbooks will continue to do that. And that's all I got.
Thank you, Emily. I just want to clarify, I actually believe those are our policies and regs for second reading. Thank you. The reason why I say that is the primary driving force between last month and this month, aside from the short turnaround, we actually received an update from Strauss Esme. Because we neared the end of our policy audit process with Strauss, we focused on that during our last committee meeting to really review what new changes they're advocating for. We reviewed them, we're in alignment, we're in agreement, but we agreed because of the proximity of the board meetings and also the size of the recommendations, we're going to be moving those next month. But we'll have a more comprehensive update then. Thank you. Any additional discussion? May we have a roll call, please?
Dr. Hinkle? Mr. LaCaruba?
Yes.
Mr. Lowry?
Yes.
Dr. Martinez?
Yes.
Ms. Knoll?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Ms. Serafino?
Yes.
And Ms. Gagnon?
Yes.
Motion's carried.
Thank you. May I have a motion to move curriculum, instruction, and special services items 16.1 through 16.6?
Motion.
Thank you, Dominic, second. Thank you, Kim. Discussion.
Oh, yes. So Ms. Rossi stole our thunder a little bit with her presenting of the good news, but essentially we're being recognized for the success in our district, and I think this is really important, especially through this work, because it was through a grant, so a lot of this work is not costing the district anything, and I think coming out of a time where after COVID our scores were looking a little dramatic, I think we're at a really good point where we're leading the charge in terms of the growth back, and I think it's really important work that should be shared and highlighted, and I think the implications, as she said earlier, are really important. And Ms. Rossi, I was also wondering if you could contextualize the role of the instructional coach a little bit for the audience, because I think it is something that we're looking into with the recent restructuring of the district to see what we can do in terms of our intervention helps, because we do a lot for students. And I would just, if you could contextualize that, I think it'd be very helpful.
Yeah, sure. So we are fortunate to have someone in the role of an instructional coach next year. We might be able to expand on that, but that actually was a key feature of the grant, is the acknowledgement of how coaching support, just ongoing daily support in all kinds of classrooms, but specifically in this case in the literacy world, having access to someone who can provide support, demonstrate lessons, gather resources and materials, just be like a regular support on a regular basis is really helpful to just implementing daily practices. And so we see these in districts that have experienced that level of success, and we have found that with the right people, under the right structures, that it is a very successful thing, not only from an observable standpoint, but in the past when we had that role, it was certainly measurable and the gains were significant. So we're excited to have that role back.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Dr. Hinkle. Mr. Lakaruba.
Yes.
Mr. Lowry.
Yes.
Dr. Martinez.
Yes.
Ms. Knoll.
Yes.
Ms. Williams. Yes. Mr. Wood.
Yes.
Ms. Serafino.
Yes.
And Ms. Gagnon.
Yes.
Motion's carried.
Thank you. Moving on to finance items, may I have a motion to move items 17.1 through 17.11?
Motion.
Thank you, Kim. Second? Thank you, Andrew. Discussion.
All right, for those following at home, we approved money for a bus. The bus has been ordered, it'll be delivered for the next school year. I'm doing this so that people are paying attention, that the process is working, that we appropriate money, the money is used, and it will benefit the district. I'd like to call out Rebecca Williams, who put her hand up and said, hey, there's this great JCP&L grant out there, so we're upgrading all of Helen Morgan with LED lights, which is not only good for the district financially, it's also good for the environment, and the lighting will be better. As Dr. Beck presented, the school preparations are in full swing. The other thing about the budget, our arrears are now roughly $41,000 as we get to the end of the school year here. I am just calling this out because hopefully over the next few months, there will be a policy change, a temporary pilot to not allow students who have an overage to buy extra. Our students will always be fed because that's an important part of teaching, but having cookies and ice cream in an overage may not happen going forward. And then everything else is standard. Just want to say that I'm glad that we got through this budget and through this school year, and that looking forward to next year.
Well said. I just want to say one thing. When we say the district arrears, it's lunch arrears. I just want to be very clear to the public. I know you know that
The
very
lunch
well.
arrears,
The
yes.
lunch arrears. And we are exploring ways to promote over the summer and into even June, the newsletter, opportunities for parents that might need some assistance over the summer months and some resources that are available to them. So we'll make sure we prioritize that, starting with this upcoming newsletter. And any additional discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Dr. Hinkle. Mr. Lakaruba.
Yes.
Mr. Lowry.
Yes.
Dr. Martinez.
Yes.
Ms. Knoll.
Yes.
Ms. Williams.
Yes.
Mr. Wood.
Yes.
Ms. Serafino.
Yes.
And Ms. Gagnon.
Yes.
Motion's carried.
Thank you. Moving on to operations items, 18.1 through 18.4. May I have a motion to move, please?
Motion.
Thank you, Rocky. Second? Thank you, Michelle. Discussion? Rocky, did you cover that already in
What?
operational discussion?
Yeah, there's
we're good. Okay.
nothing.
Run of the mill.
It's just normal.
Yep, thank
boring
you.
stuff.
Roll call, please.
Yes.
Dr. Hinkle. Mr. Lakaruba.
Yes.
Mr. Lowry.
Yes.
Dr. Martinez.
Yes.
Ms. Knoll.
Yes.
Ms. Williams.
Yes.
Mr. Wood.
Yes.
Ms. Serafino.
Yes.
And Ms. Gagnon.
Yes,
Motion's carried.
thank you. Moving on to old business. Anyone have anything for old business they wish to discuss? Okay. New business?
I'll just say in terms of Ms. Bernardo getting recognized for the librarian, or yeah, for her award, or the opportunity that she has, I'll say most Sparta grads that I talk to who are older speak very highly of Ms. Bernardo. She's somebody that a lot of students will circle back to as somebody they remember in the district. So I think that's really important, and that our librarians really do a lot of good work, and I feel like almost every librarian in every school district has gotten some sort of form of recognition. And I think it back to like the Kinney Award so I'm getting, my titles are all messed up. But either way, we have some really, really high achieving librarians in our district, and I think it should not go unnoticed, and that these type of things do happen a lot in Sparta, which I don't think is common for a lot of districts. So I think that's really special.
You're spot on, by the way. Kelly received is it Dave Kinney? Jeff, very good. See that? I got mixed up. Excellent point, and congratulations to her is right. Anyone else for new business? Seeing no one, will move on to public comment number 2. The board uses the second public comment period to invite comments on all matters pertaining to the school district. Please state your name, municipality, and group affiliation, if appropriate, for the record. Each participant will receive 3 minutes to speak. Once you have had your allotted 3 minutes to speak, you will not be permitted to speak again. All statements should be directed to me as the presiding officer. The board or administration may or may not respond to any questions or comments after the conclusion of the public participation.
Hi again, Jenny Derrick, Step into Sparta. Caitlin, I had asked you in the beginning, I think there were 4, I spoke with Rocky, there were 4 people that attended
Yes.
scholarship. Thank you.
I'll wait till you're done.
And then just an update, I was wondering if we could get an update, either this meeting or next, about the attendance corrective action plan that went into effect in September. How are we doing? The anticipation was that we would make significant gains this year. I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else for public comment?
Good evening. My name is Andrew Bayless. I'm from Dingman's Ferry, Pennsylvania, and I am the very proud president or vice president of the Sparta Education Association. As we close another school year, it is safe to say that this has not been a typical one. We have faced significant challenges related to budgets, healthcare costs, staffing, and the many changes impacting public education. Yet through it all, one thing has remained steadfast and true: the dedication, professionalism, and heart of the educators and the education support professionals of the Sparta Education Association. For many veteran educators, this year has brought back memories of the challenges we faced during the 2010-2011 school year. Just as we weathered those storms together, the current healthcare crisis presents another opportunity for educators, administrators, and board members to work collaboratively toward meaningful solutions. We remain hopeful that this board will support S4438, the Public School Employees Health Benefits Trust Act, and continue exploring ways to ease financial burdens while protecting opportunities for student success. As we conclude the year, I would also like to recognize some very special members of our school community. First, congratulations to Ms. Susan Dick, the Sparta Education Association's 2026-2027 Education Support Professional of the Year. Sue serves as a paraprofessional at Sparta High School, our Paraprofessional Association representative, and a member of the negotiations team. She is a trusted colleague, a dedicated advocate, and someone who consistently puts students first. This recognition is well-deserved. We also extend our heartfelt congratulations and gratitude to this year's retirees, including Diane Sim, Susan Lorenz, William Brennan, Carmel Spellman, Virginia Krieg, Christiana Vessels, Donna Earl, Eric Hood, Susan Nademos, and Frank Battaglia. Thank you for your years of service, dedication, and commitment to the students and families of Sparta. Your impact will be felt for years to come, and we wish you happiness and fulfillment in retirement. Finally, it is our hope that the district and the Sparta Education Association will continue to work together as partners as we navigate the opportunities and challenges ahead. Together, we can ensure that Sparta remains a place where students thrive, educators are supported, and public education continues to be a source of pride for our community. On behalf of the Sparta Education Association, I wish everyone a happy, healthy, and well-deserved summer. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else for public comment?
Good evening. Sophia DeStefano with Sparta Independent. I kind of have a two-parter, if that's all right. I know we said that before and after care has not been determined yet. However, are we expecting some sort of definitive answers during the bus schedules time period, or will that be closer to the start of the school year? And then second question is just like, out of curiosity, are we expecting to see an increase of Jefferson students start to blend in with the Sparta School District? I know that has been some questions raised by local parents in the community. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Anyone else for public comment? Going once, going twice? Ooh. Okay. Motion to close? Thank you, Emily. Second? Thank you, Kim. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Our chronic absenteeism plan and statistics, usually we do that in August. We work through it during our admin retreat, which takes place in July. So we'll have the updated statistics and the action plan that goes along with it, probably in the August meeting. And then before and after care, we do have before and after care plans or relationships with the town providers in town. We were looking into the feasibility of doing it at Milton School, but there's a lot of operational questions that go into that, so I wouldn't expect that to be off the ground come September 1st. But if we can make that happen with our own staff and figure out the fees and things like that and make sure that there's interest from the community to use Milton School as a before and after care facility, we'll definitely look into it, but we're going to look into that feasibility. And then as far as Jefferson students, we start to see a couple of Jefferson students come in, but the only way any students that don't live in Sparta can come into our district is through tuition. So we have a couple that have already come in, not just preschool, but in other grade levels. So if any parents from Jefferson or any town in the surrounding areas are interested in our preschool, they would have to come in under with tuition.
And Jenny Derricks, your question, I have an update. There were 4 members at the scholarship dinner. It was one of our lighter nights of attendance, but I can confirm that Rebecca Williams, Rocky Martinez, Kim Knoll, and Chad Wood were all in attendance. And you answered the question about that. And I just want to be very clear too, before and after care, we're encouraging individuals to reach out to those private providers
Yes,
in
good.
order to inquire.
Good point. That's actually the only way to do it, is reach out directly to the providers that the parents choose to reach out to. Thanks.
And to date, there are open positions, so
Oh,
it is being
yes.
offered.
Yes.
It's just the feasibility of Milton specific.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Something? I just want to clarify that Milton School will only be Sparta students. Like, they're, yeah.
That's
I feel like
correct.
there was a miscommunication there.
Yes, that it's only open for Sparta students. And
Yeah.
any of our schools, if students wish to come in from other towns, there's a process and a tuition payment that's
Yes,
associated
so we're
with
not
that.
sharing Milton School.
Correct.
Milton School is ours. We're leasing the whole building.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you so much, because that was the other point I was going to make. It's the same protocol as it would be elsewhere, in terms of other buildings in our district. And with that, I believe we answered all questions. Thank you, Mr. Bayless. And we're certainly open, we're due actually for an ideas committee meeting, so we would love to explore that a bit more and see how we can support. So thank you. And with that, anyone for the good of the order? Go ahead, Andrew.
Andrew,
Yeah, I
could
just wanted to say that I know that although the new structuring of our district admin team and the opening of the Milton School have certainly been a boon to our school system, it's also required some measured internal moves and sacrifices from our faculty and our staff. Changing roles, excuse me, changing roles, changing buildings, even changing job descriptions. So I just wanted to say thank you for the sacrifices that people have had to make to help bring this plan to fruition, and it's all for the benefit of our entire community. So I just wanted to thank everybody for all the sacrifices they've made.
Well said, Andrew.
Yeah, I just, last meeting was late, and I didn't have the energy, but I have a little bit of energy tonight. I just wanted to, there were, over this last year, Dr. Beck, and I've always told everybody that we disagree, but when you do a good job, you need to know you do a good job. So as we're closing this up, I think you've done a great job this year. Some of the comments over the year about the snow days, about not responding appropriately, I think people don't realize that Dr. Beck has 4 or 5 buildings plus other buildings, has hundreds of employees, thousands of students, and that's all his responsibility. And I can tell you that he responds probably a lot faster than some other people I've seen. And I want to say thank you for that, and that I appreciate it, and I just want to publicly say that I think you're doing a great job, and I want to personally say thank you for this year.
Thank you, Rocky.
On a similar note, I also would like to extend my thanks to the admin teams and the building leadership teams specifically for the Milton School developments. This was a bit of a whirlwind for all of us, and I think in the end it's going to be a really tremendous, beautiful thing for our district. But with anything that requires change, sometimes it takes time for everyone to be accepting of those changes and adjust to the new normal. But the amount that our admin team, in partnership with the board and the building level and preschool level teams, have prioritized communication to the parents. You know, when we say we'd like a newsletter to go out, when there's questions that are being posed, the interest and the desire to answer those questions well, but to do it in the most timely fashion out of respect for those parents who are navigating a challenging decision, perhaps. I just think it speaks volumes, and I'm really proud of that, and we appreciate it. And any way that we can help support that, we're here to do that. So thank you for that. And I'd also like to mimic what Dr. Martinez said. I think we are incredibly lucky for our admin team, our superintendent, Dr. Beck, for Barbara, our business administrator, for Dr. Rossi. A lot goes into running this district, and I think that we have unique insight into just how much that entails. But to be living in the trenches of that day in and day out, especially paired with public scrutiny, you guys do a phenomenal job. And I also would like to go on the record to say that we are in an incredibly lucky and privileged and blessed district to have such great leadership at the forefront. So thank you all for
Thank you.
a very challenging budget season, getting us out of it successfully, and another successful school year.
I would just like to say congratulations to all our graduates, all our promotions, every student in the school just for a successful school year. You did it. And thank you to our staff and admin and support staff that brought so much success to our students. They couldn't have done it without you.
Excellent. Anyone else? Okay. With that, we will not be reconvening into closed session this evening, and we will not be resuming open session. Therefore, may I have a motion to adjourn? Thank you, Rebecca. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Dominic. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Good night, everyone. Happy summer.